Alt season is back in motion if you're holding the right bags. Now that investors are feeling comfortable with the markets again, crypto assets with strong fundamentals are pumping and returning to former all-time highs. I believe that September will be the most parabolic part of this bull run for the entire crypto space. So I've been looking at some coins that I'm expecting to rally this month. There are so many great projects out there and it can be difficult to choose. So I checked with the team at TokenMetrics and their predictive AI software to see what they had to say, and was happy to see that the list is filled with some Bitsquad favorites. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the Bitsquad, the largest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. In this video, we're going to review the top coins that TokenMetrics has chosen for September. If you're not a member of TokenMetrics, you might want to consider subscribing because they can help you stay ahead of the curve in these constantly changing markets. Be sure to see the deal for TokenMetrics we have at bitboycrypto.com/deals. They have a custom AI system that identifies some of the best performing assets in the market long before they pop. Tokens like Polygon, Helium, Audius, and many others were called by this system long before their rallies began. There's so much information on TokenMetrics that it's hard to only pick a few projects, but we found the cream of the crop for this month and are happy to share the wealth. Number 4 for this month is The Graph. This is a sleeper DeFi blue chip that doesn't get as much media attention because it's mostly used by developers. But this project offers a vital service that has become a necessary function in the growing DeFi ecosystem. The Graph protocol has been compared to Google because it allows developers to search for information across multiple blockchains. The Graph collects and indexes data from different blockchains, which is stored in open APIs called subgraphs, where they can be easily searched. Even though its main product is a search engine, the Graph is much different than Google because it is a decentralized and permissionless platform that does not rely on a central intermediary. There's sometimes some confusion between the Graph and Chainlink because the two platforms are usually described using the same terms, collecting and transmitting information so blockchains can speak together. However, they each offer unique services that complement one another and help power DeFi. Chainlink brings information from the outside world onto the blockchain, while the Graph allows those of us living in the real world to gather information from the blockchain. The Graph network is powered by token holders and node operators that are called indexers. These indexers can stake their GRT and earn additional tokens as their node processes the searches. Earlier this year, the Graph topped out at around $2 before sliding down under $1 where it is today. This project has started to recover though and is up nearly 40% over the last 30 days. I'm confident that this project is not going anywhere because it had early backing from Coinbase Ventures, Framework Ventures, and my favorite, the Digital Currency Group. The Graph is in such a good position, I can see it easily pushing out Stellar Lumens, getting close to the top 20, which would be an upward move of 100% or more. If you like 100% returns, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Not only keeps you in the know on the latest in crypto, but it keeps this channel ahead of YouTube's censorship. Third on TokenMetrics' list is AMP. Another one of my favorite projects is positioning itself to be a leader in the payment processing space. AMP is a token that is used for collateral in the Flexa Payments app, which allows merchants to accept crypto payments. There are plenty of different projects competing for this market, but AMP and Flexa are actually starting to see mainstream adoption with the onboarding of several major partners this year. You might remember a few months back that the convenience store Sheets announced that they would start accepting Bitcoin and other major crypto assets. It wasn't mentioned in the headlines, but Flexa's platform is making this possible. After the partnership with Sheets, other retailers began teaming up with Flexa to enable crypto payments for their customers. Flexa has also partnered with Las Vegas Lacrosse and Income Payments, global payments company with over 500,000 points of retail distribution around the world. AMP started this year under a penny, but after all of these huge announcements, it reached an all-time high of about 10 cents. AMP is currently hovering around 5 cents, so it has plenty of room to grow. It's also been relatively quiet this month, so it could be due for a pump. AMP has enough potential to easily jump 200% or much more in this cycle. Next up on the list is Ergo, a major partner in the Cardano ecosystem that operates on its own proof-of-work blockchain. Since Ergo is proof of work, you can mine it with a GPU miner, which means that your average hobbyist can still mine from their home. Ergo is capped at a limited supply of 100 million coins. The block rewards are automatically set to progressively decline over time. So instead of having one large halving event like Bitcoin has, Ergo is always decreasing its inflows at a very slow pace. Ergo's had a crazy year, starting off at around 40 cents, climbing all the way up to the $16 range where it is today. Earlier in this bull run, it had an all-time high of 18 bucks. It's been one of the strongest performing crypto assets in the market this summer. It doesn't show any signs of slowing down anytime soon. In fact, Ergo has repeatedly bumped Ethereum off of the profitability charts for mining, and its community is getting stronger by the day. But Ergo isn't just a miner's dream. It's going to be integrated into Cardano's NFT systems, offering all the strength of proof of work, security, and decentralization to the proof of stake Cardano blockchain. It's already possible to mint audio and image NFTs on Ergo now. But here's the thing. Ergo may have made some big moves, but its market cap is still ridiculously low. Not even $1 billion. When the Cardano launch kicks off this month, it only makes sense that Ergo will move up with it. Pushing out Ethereum Classic wouldn't be a stretch, especially if Cardano's NFTs hit anywhere as hard as the ones currently clogging up the Ethereum blockchain this summer. Ergo could 11x to over $200 this cycle. Last but not least is XRP, which is in the process, in my opinion, of wrapping up its lawsuit with the SEC. For the past year, XRP was not available on most exchanges in the US, and its future was looking uncertain for a minute there. But as the trial progressed, the case has begun to fall apart. Now it seems that Ripple will be getting away with a small fine, and then will have full permission to continue working with banks and eventually go public. As we covered in previous videos, Ripple has existing relationships with banks around the world and a suite of products that allow banks to make international payments much more efficient than traditional finance. After years of being criticized by the crypto community for working with banks, Ripple is now fighting against the government in a case that could set a firm precedent that will likely end up shielding other crypto projects from prosecution in certain areas. This doesn't mean that we will get any kind of regulatory clarity from this case. The SEC is fighting with everything they have to make sure that doesn't happen, because if they have to define their regulatory power, it will limit how much power they actually have. Still, if the XRP team can hold their own against the SEC in court, which they seem to be doing, this will be a landmark case for the entire crypto industry. Despite significant price suppression over the past year, without trading on most exchanges, XRP still performed pretty well, sitting just over $1 and up over 300% for the year. But it is still far lower than it should be, and it has not had the parabolic rise other top 10 coins have had this year. Once this case is over and XRP is trading on major exchanges again, this coin will be off to the races, and we will likely see a 10x at the very least. Check out my interview with Raoul Pal here, and we go into depth on our expectations for XRP this cycle. But that's all I got. Top Coin September. Be blessed. Good boy out.